Alright, so I know I haven't made a video in like a month or so. I've been getting kind of lazy again, but I'm actually making this video for a completely different reason. I don't even know where to start. So yesterday, on August 17th, 2019, a kid I work with got into an accident. He was driving a foreign exchange student that he used to go to school with, and I don't know where they were going, but they were just cruising, hanging out, whatever, and he was just driving, and a drunk driver drove on the wrong side of the highway and hit him head on. I don't know how fast everyone was going. I don't know if there was any way he could avoid it. Probably better for me to not know. He was only 17 years old. It was the first weekend after his senior year started. I used to work with him a little bit on night shift, and then I switched to mornings. Him and I didn't get along very well at the beginning, but recently him and I started talking a little bit more and kind of got to know the real Josh. I'm making this about 24 hours after it happened. I woke up to the news this morning. He died on impact. The person who hit him, he was 56, and she was rushed to the hospital, and along with the foreign exchange student, and the other driver passed away. And the exchange student Vlad is still at the hospital. I can't even imagine what he's going through, being the only person that survived. Before the drunk driver hit Josh, she hit a state trooper and got off. The state trooper tried to chase her, and before he could catch her or do any sort of pit maneuver or anything, that's when the damage was done. I can still remember the last conversation him and I had. He works with me. One afternoon, he came in a little early. Him and I were talking. He was telling me how he was about to go to morning shifts over the weekends, and how, because his grandma works on the mornings and the weekends, and how cool it would be to work with his grandma. So I said, well, it would depend on what grandma I had. I don't know if I really want to work with either of them, but his grandma's one of the sweetest ladies I've met. Can't imagine what she's going through. I don't know. This makes me take for granted all the time I wasted. I guess it just makes me regret all the time I spent kind of ignoring the kid, because everyone loved him. I just didn't have any opportunities to become friends, or good friends. Oh, I didn't think this would be so hard to make. I didn't think to be coming back to this, and to think I was hanging out with a female friend during the time this was happening, and we didn't find out till this morning. I know this is probably going to be a pretty short video. All I can say is I posted on social media and stuff, kind of remembering him, sending my condolences. The kid didn't deserve it. I never wish that on anyone, especially doing something I love. I walked into work today. I went to see my female friend that I was hanging out with last night, and I went to see one of my managers who's like a father to me. And walking in there was one of the most difficult things, because everyone already knew, and it was just one of the quietest days that I've ever walked into. Like, they could have been they were busy as shit, and nobody was talking. Everyone was just working. I guess I'm just making this video just to remind everyone not to take anything for granted. Not take anyone for granted. Try not to hold grudges. That was one of my biggest mistakes. Kid didn't deserve what he got. Never be able to experience graduation. I'll never be able to experience marrying anyone. I'm holding a lot of this back. I've already done most of mine mourning. Never take time with people for granted. Even if you don't like something about them, there's still a part of them you gotta find something you like. Never hate anybody. especially when you see them every day or are with them enough to be able to call them at least either a friend or, you know, a close acquaintance. All I'm just gonna say is whenever you're driving, if you're old enough to drive, if not, you may be confident with your abilities and you may be able to control what you do, but you can't control what anyone else is gonna do. So you gotta keep your eyes out, man. I'm afraid to drive at night now because I've been in a few close calls and I've been lucky enough to make the right decision and have the room to correct, get away from a vehicle or an animal. I don't know his whole story. I don't know if he could have avoided it. I don't know if he could have avoided it. I guess, again, like I said, it's probably better for me to not know. I'm gonna end this video off saying August 17th, 2019. Rest in peace, Joshua Fife Jr. And keep being you, man. Just keep being you.